The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
It's time to BS.
So it is 11:41 at night. Let's call it close to midnight. And my brain is racing. I can't sleep. So naturally, I start up the Roadcaster and I just hit record, and I guess I do this thing where I just ramble for 20 minutes. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how this goes. It's just one of those things I want to just do it. But anyway, you know the deal. We're coming to you from the beaches of Long Island, New York, and it's time to BS with Staniel Smooth. Use the promo code TIME2BS at lottrain.com for some sweet deals over on the website. That's time2BS. And get some sweet, stylish new watches that are American-made and will be sure to make you stand out. Use the promo code BELLYUPFANTASY in all caps at manscaped.com for 20% off your next order and clean your undercarriage with glory and pride. Use the promo code BELLYUP20 at candidips.com for 20% off your next order of cannabis-infused pouches grown in the sunny state of California. And this podcast is sponsored by Swift Lifestyles. Get your esports supplements today. Use the promo code TIME2BS at swiftlifestyles.com for some sweet deals to keep your game on. And don't forget to download the free U Stadium app and talk to the best sports fans and even win some great prizes. So, what's on my mind? What is on my mind that I could just ramble about? I mean, I could talk about accountability. I mean, let's be clear. Just let me be clear right out of the gate. No one is perfect. You're not perfect. I'm sure shit not perfect. God himself ain't perfect. And you know why? He made your ass. And he made my ass. And he made all of us. We are not perfect. You know, just think about that for a second. So, the whole idea that like, oh, you're perfect, or this thing is perfect. Like, what the fuck is perfect? What is that? I mean, to be fair, perfect is whatever you want it to be. Perfect to you, I mean, sure. But, I mean, when you put it that way, then that definition actually means something. But, at the same point, I don't fucking know. But, you know, you need to stop trying to find that perfect person or thing to fill this void in your life. You know, because in the end it's doing harm to them and eventually you. Because if that person or thing leaves your life, you've grown so attached to that thing, you're going to tear yourself apart, and you don't need that shit. Like, you flat out don't. And attachment leads to greed. And, you know, as they say in Star Wars, greed leads to fear, and then fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and then hate leads to suffering. Train yourself to let go of all that you fear to lose. Thank you, Master Yoda. The little nerd in me is showing out. But, you know, you gotta find what makes you happy. Not who, what. And that takes time. It's not gonna happen just overnight. It's not gonna happen. But like, story time. I'm sure you've heard this story 1,000 times, but I'm gonna tell it anyway. So, for a long time, I want to say from the age of 13 to like, 22, something like that. Maybe a little later. Like, up until very recently. I've always tried to find my purpose in my life. And especially in today's world where social media is going bananas and the smallest little amount of criticism, you find a person jumping off a ledge, and you can't have that. Constructive criticism ain't bad. Just like say, hey, hey, you did good. Just like that could be better. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Stop trying to be perfect. But back where I was going to, there's a lot of crap that I look back on personally and say, good God, I was a piece of shit. Like, not only to myself, but to others. There are people that I treated like shit because of my own bullshit. And I had no other outlet to get it out. But I'm not going to get into, like, what it was. But I'd be the first to tell you, like, over the last, 13 years or so, I was a piece of shit to the people in my life. I really was. Oh, good God, I was. And I'd be the first to tell you that. Just like I said earlier. But later on, I had gotten so broken that I didn't care. I let myself go. In terms of my weight, I was eating like crap. Now I'm getting a little better. Not great, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I'm no longer just eating the same 4 or 5 things and then calling it a day. And then be annoyed when the scale doesn't drop. And I forget that I ate Wendy's that same day. So but my point here is that your healing process to try and recover from this trauma in your life, whether it be, emotional or physical abuse or mental abuse or however it is, from friends, family, relationships, etc., to work, and that shit takes time. It takes a lot of time to break out of that. Because you can't force your brain to heal. This expression that I came up with is, the tallest trees take the longest time to grow. And it's true. You don't see how long did it take for the redwood forest in California to grow as tall as they did? Like, seriously. But you gotta also take responsibility for your actions. You gotta take responsibility for the actions that you took and the things that you did to get yourself to this point. You're like, oh God, I really fucked up here. And that's... You accept responsibility for what happened. The last 5-6 years, I was a piece of shit, not only to friends, family, coworkers, relationships. I was a piece of shit. And, I've learned to grow from my mistakes. I've accepted what happened in my life. And I work on every day to be a better person. And that's all you can do. Do I regret a lot of things that happened in my life? Yeah, of course. Who doesn't? Regret's a weird thing that you can look back and say, God, I really regret that I, didn't take that job offer or whatever. But yeah, it's whatever. Or God, I really regret how much of a piece of shit it was to the people I care about. But then you look back on a lot of things and say, okay, this bad thing that happened in my life helped forge me into the person that I am today. Which is good. Because you're growing each and every day. You're growing every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year. You're growing, and that's good. Because your purpose in life is to grow and make yourself into the best possible person you can be. The best possible person you can be. And another pretty effing important life lesson is time heals all. It heals pain and it heals bad choices. So, I mean, I hate bringing myself up in these situations, but it's one of those examples of, the scars do heal. Scars heal. Even gunshot wounds heal. I haven't been shot yet, but still, it's not the joke about, but it's like a quick wit humor. But someone I know is a couple people I know are going through some really hard shit in their life. One of them, both of them I've known for almost 20, actually well over 20 years. And one person in particular, I gave this person tore him a new asshole. Tore this person a new asshole, let's put it that way. And they are doing great from what I've heard. And this goes into this next topic of emotional decisions never lead into anything particularly great. I mean, yeah, sometimes they're good, but sometimes you want to, think deep and say, okay, is this really going to help me long term, or is this going to be just quick and rash decision of just, I don't know what I'm doing here. So, I forgot who the comedian was. I think it was Patrice O'Neill who said that, I don't remember. It's close to midnight. Piss off. But I think the best saying that could fit into what I'm going to say is, no piece of ass is worth more than your own. And that applies to men, women, whatever fucking gender you decide to be. That is true. No piece of ass is worth more than your own. I don't care how immaculate their dick game is. I don't care how hot that lady is. I don't give a shit. That person is not worth more than your ass. There's only one you in this world. And with all due respect to that person, there is over 8 billion plus other people in this world for you. And that is true. When one person comes, that person may go eventually. Who knows? I don't know. But that person may not be for you. But at the same point, doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your life for their happiness. Yeah, show them how much you appreciate them for being in your life and treating you the way that you want to be treated. And shit like that. But at the same point, don't be like too overly attached, because God forbid that person is not in your life. What are you going to do if you're too overly attached? And then you're like, I can't live without this person. It's like, all right, first of all, you were fine without me, and you're fine without me beforehand, and you'll be fine without me afterwards. So that's true. I like to think of myself as a realist in that regard. In terms of, life, is when it comes to all things, your job, your health, your physical, mental health, whatever, like in terms of just life, relationships, pursuit of happiness, let's put it that way, it takes time. You're not going to be able to just rush this shit and just fast forward 20 years to, or 10 years, being modest here, and say like, oh God, I have a great family now, or I got a wife or husband and kids and whatnot, and then like, all right, life is good. So what now? What do you do now? I feel like I'm just rambling, but that's okay. That's what I like to do. And I'm thankful that you decide to stop what you're doing and listen to this crap. But, it's nice. It helps these things sometimes, which is good. But, take care of yourself. Focus on you and what makes you happy. In the end, there's only one you. Whoever's listening to this and you're having a hard time, you think that, life sucks and it's not going to get better, it's going to get better. Believe me. I mean, you could take my word for it, or you could just, wing it. But I'm proud of you for sticking together with yourself. I'm proud of you for continuing this fight. You fucking got this shit. You got this. Keep up the good fight. That'll do it for this episode, Time to BS with Staniel Smooth. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Follow us on Twitter or X or whatever that you call it. Instagram and TikTok at Staniel Smooth, and at Time to BS Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. So, my name is the aforementioned Staniel Smooth. I'm coming to you from the beaches of Long Island, New York. And I'll see you all in this life. We'll start with the next one. Cheers. And have a good one, guys.